to talk to you about some things you can do, and then she's also going to do an activity. And then you can tell them a little bit about what services you provide and stuff.
Yes. So hi, my name's Joanna. Like I said, I'm from the Health and Wellness office. I'm one of the counselors that works through that office. So to begin, I wanted to give you a little bit of insight of what our office does. A lot of people don't know what our office does. So what we want to do is spread the word and make sure that you're using those resources. So we are located right across the street. So if you walk outside of the library and keep walking all the way across the street, you're going to run into our office. Everything in our office is confidential. It is trying to protect everything that we can for you. So one of the things that we do offer is a health clinic. So the health clinic is available to students that are taking 6 or more hours on the Loveland campus. So you have access to a nurse and you have access to a doctor if needed. The requirements is you have to be there between 7:30 and 10:30 in order to receive services, and they'll assess you and see if you need to come back at 1 to see the doctor. We have a contract with United Pharmacy where you can get discounted medications if needed as well. The next thing we offer is personal counseling. So we have licensed counselors available to you from 8 to 4 every day. If you're needing to set up an appointment or you needed, someone to talk to, we're there to help you process anything. We can help with anxiety, depression, stress, anything that you're going through in your life. And we also have referrals for outside help. Social services and referrals. So our office does a little bit of social work as well. So we have other resources that we can refer you out if you're needing help with like utilities. We do have a food pantry available on campus in our office. So if you need food, we have some regular staples that you can request, and then you can pick up a bag. Like I said, this is confidential. Nobody knows anything but our office and you. We have resources for crisis housing, dental, food, clothing, utilities, any kind of stuff like that. We can make sure you get in contact with the right people. Next service is disability services. So we have Cassidy here at the Loveland campus and Dawn at the Lubbock Center that help with disability services. This is to help our students get any kind of accommodations that they require to be successful in their studies. So some examples are extended test time, volunteer note takers, interpreters, priority seating, things like that. We also do Title IX pregnancy accommodations. So this is a thing to protect pregnant students. So we help you progress everything from when you find out you're pregnant to you deliver 6 weeks after delivery, so that you're protected in order, if you have to miss, if you have a medical emergency, there's protections there for you, and that is done to our office as well. Scholarship opportunities. So we have a couple of scholarships through our office that are for students in the technical program. So nursing, cosmetology, automotive, computer science, there's a wider range of technical programs. But if you are in a technical program and you're needing assistance with childcare or you need assistance with transportation, then you give us a call and we can have you submit an application if the funding is available and if you qualify. This is a reimbursement program that will help you with some money. Any questions on the services that our office offers? Yeah. Next, we're going to do a little bit of stress management. I know finals are coming, the end of the semester is here. It's pretty stressful for all of our students. Most of us kind of disappear because we're so stressed about everything that's going on in our lives. So what I want to do is give you some insight on how we can manage stress. So today's college students are feeling strained from not only school, but everything in life, right? So we have family, we have everything kind of piles up on us, right? So stress can be responsible for a lot of physical symptoms that we don't even think are related to stress, but they are. Headaches, stomach aches, low blood pressure, high heart rate, things like that are affected by stress. So it can affect everything from physical to mental. So it can affect our sleep. It can make us feel exhausted. It could feed depression. So it's very, very important that we understand our stress and that we're taking steps towards making that better and making that manageable, right? So some statistics that are shown is that anxiety and stress are the top 2 mental health concerns for college students. Most of the time, that's what we get. People coming in to see us is, I'm overwhelmed. I don't know what to do with this. My exam grades aren't in. I really need help because I can't handle it. So up to 44 college students experience depression or symptoms of depression and anxiety. The sad reality of this is 70% of those students won't reach out. They will just deal with it on their own. So my goal here is that you get tools. If you don't want to reach out to us and you think you can handle it on your own, good. If not, if things get out of control, now you know what services are available to you. So when we talk about stress, we immediately think negatively, right? We think, oh, it's a horrible thing. We actually need a little bit of stress in our lives to motivate us, to help us do things, to help us study for that test, to actually try to do it. So what you see up on the screen is actually a stress performance curve. So we need low stress, right? Because low stress, if we don't have any stress, we're going to be bored. We're going to be unmotivated. We're going to be inactive. We're not going to do nothing. We're going to want to lay down and just not worry about anything in the world because we don't have anything to worry about, right? Optimal stress, it's kind of interesting to use optimal with stress, right? But what optimal stress does is it makes you creative. It makes you focused, makes you productive. It makes you motivated. So a little bit of stress is a good thing. The bad thing is when we reach a high level of stress, which is the end, when we start to feel overwhelmed, when we start to feel burnt out, when we start to feel exhausted, when we break down, when we panic, when we have anxiety, right? So the goal is to learn how to manage that stress, where it's not either low or it's high, where it's in that medium where you're still creative and you're still productive and you're still functioning in every day. So what happens in life, right? Students already have a busy life. We have to think about family. We have to think about work. We have to think about college classes, studying, sprinkle in a couple of exams here and there, money, right? That's a big stressor for students. And then try to add a social life to top that off. That's a lot for someone to deal with. It's really easy to see why college students are struggling. So does anybody feel sometimes that life feels like that picture in the middle? It just feels really jumbly and we can't get out of it? Because you have a lot, and it's okay to acknowledge that my plate is full. I need to find ways to make that less full. I need to find ways to make myself less full. What are some stress busters? Does anybody have any ideas on how to manage stress? What do you do when you're feeling overwhelmed? Any thoughts? Yeah, I sleep. You sleep? Okay. Anybody else? No?
Cry and sleep.
I'm sorry?
Cry and sleep.
Cry and sleep. So sleep is a very common thing that we do when we're feeling extremely overwhelmed. When we're feeling, that's where we're kind of landing on those depression symptoms, right? We want to sleep. We don't want to get out of bed because we're overwhelmed and we're done at that point. So the stress busters that I've listed here, and I'm going to give you a few more examples, are ways to help us maintain that balance, right? Stay in the middle. So a balanced nutrition, it's easy to say it, right? It's harder to do it. But an unhealthy diet really affects the way our body reacts to stress. So avoiding high fat or high sugar can help us balance that anxiety. Go easy on caffeine. I struggle with that one, right? But caffeine kind of makes you more stressed. It adds to those symptoms. So sometimes if you drink 3 cups of coffee a day, try drinking 1 and see if that helps. I struggle with that. So I know completely how hard it is to get off caffeine, but it does affect us and it does affect that anxiety. Exercise. So exercise actually creates endorphins in our brain. So that's that feel-good chemical so that we feel happy. We feel like we can conquer the world after we do something active. It doesn't have to be cardio or running a mile, nothing that hard. It could be walking. It could be doing yoga, something low motivated, something that will erase those endorphins for you. The next is building up a support system. So it's vital that when we're weathering stressful times, we have people we rely on. What does a support system look like? So people that encourage you, people that lift you up, people that listen to you without judgment, and that provide you a sound perspective. Those are hard people to come around. So when you find them, hold on to them, right? Because we need those in those negative times of our life. We need to have a good support system. The next thing is to practice mindfulness. So when I talk about mindfulness, usually stress comes when we're thinking about something that's happened in the past or something that's not here yet, right? We're focusing on the exam that's happening tomorrow. When we practice mindfulness, that helps us remain in the now. That helps us stay in the moment and say, okay, that exam isn't so scary today if I study. That, that test isn't, the scores for the test aren't as bad right now because I don't know the score. That I will worry about that tomorrow. Practicing mindfulness is remaining in the now, saying, okay, right now I'm safe. Right now I'm okay. And remaining in that space. So the next thing is to find an outlet. So find something that you find joy with. So if it's running, if it's playing a sport, join a club. If it's painting, drawing, gardening, whatever it is that brings you joy, use that. A lot of times when we're at that stress level, we have that say, I can't take a break right now because I'm so busy. I don't have time for myself because I have so much to do. When you're saying those words, that's a sign that you need a break. And I'm not saying give up on everything, right? I'm saying take 15 minutes for yourself. Out of 10 hours, 1 hour is going to be to find something joyful. Does that make sense? Journaling, and I actually brought some journals if anybody wants them. They're little bitty ones, but journaling is great. Journaling helps us process those things that we're not saying out loud, process those things that we're not ready to put out into the world, but putting them in paper helps. So it's a great tool to deal with stress. So if y'all want some, there are some available for y'all. So once again, balanced nutrition, watch what you eat, watch what you drink. Mindfulness. So practice mindfulness. It could be breathing. It could be guided meditations on YouTube. You can search and thousands will pop up. It could be listening to some music and just relaxing in your room. Mental health care. Come find us if you're at that spot where you're like, I just want to sleep. I need some help. Come find us. We will help you process that. We will help you find some coping skills that will help reduce the stress. Supportive relationships. People are important. We're social human beings, right? We rely on people. Quality sleep. Sleep is, for a college student, sleep is very, very important. Physical activity. Find something that you enjoy and find something that creates those endorphins in order to have that feel good feeling. So if you're experiencing signs of depression or anxiety, you're struggling to sleep or enjoy life, or you're finding yourself turning to alcohol and drugs to relieve yourself of any stress, it's time to ask for help. So I've listed a couple of people on here that you can reach out to. Of course, there's our office right across the street. We are there from 8 to 4. We can help you in whatever way you need help. We have a relaxation chair available for students. So if you need to just go in and sit on a massage chair for 15 minutes to take care of yourself, then come over. We can help you with that. If you need to find tools that are more specific to your life, come on over. We'll meet with you. So reach out to your student advisor and reach out to an RA if you're on campus. Reach out to the staff here and let them know, hey, I'm struggling. Can you help me find some help? Next thing is doctor or therapist. If you have an outside therapist, reach out to them. Say, hey, I'm not really feeling good. Or talk to your doctors. Doctors deal with anxiety all the time, and they will help you process what you're going through. We also have the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline available. That is there 24 hours. So if you ever have any struggles, if you're having any negative thoughts, do not hesitate to reach out. These are resources available to you. Take advantage of them. And then what we're going to finish with is going to be an actual mindfulness meditation for stress. So I know some of y'all are still eating, but if you want to just really focus on what's happening in the video and really do it to see the difference between how you start right now and how your level of stress is to how it feels after you've completed a really simple meditation, okay?
Welcome to a guided meditation exercise for relaxation and tolerance of stress. Let this exercise be a moment of oasis. By taking this time to rest and recharge, you will be able to cope and focus on what's important. If you are able and desire to do so, ground yourself through your senses by lighting a scented candle or using an essential oil of your choice and a diffuser. Now, sit or lay down comfortably, whichever is best for you right now. Start to notice your thoughts, the sounds you hear, and what you see around you. If you choose to do so, close your eyes. Let's savor a few moments of quiet. Start to notice your breathing. Notice how your breath happens naturally. That's your body taking care of you. And by taking some time to be still and to relax, you are taking care of your body. Breathe deeply, relax, and sink into your body, letting your body have the rest it needs. You may notice your thoughts wandering. That is normal. Bring your attention back to the present moment. Breathe in, hold the breath for a moment. Now breathe out. Pause here for a second. Take another deep breath in and pause. Breathe out and rest for a moment. Turn your attention to your body. Are there areas where you're holding tension? Maybe your shoulders are tense, your jaw is clenched, or your hands are holding on tight. Do a quick scan of your body from your toes to your head. Take a slow deep breath and let the tension go. Enjoy this time being in your body. You and your body are one. Treasure and take care of your body, and by doing so, you treasure and care for yourself. Again, if you find your mind drifting away from the present moment, maybe to something you're worried about, something that feels so pressing, accept your thoughts as things that just happen and focus your attention back to the present moment. Now we're going to focus our attention on what's around us to ground us in this moment. Take a breath and focus on any smells in your environment. Slowly inhale and observe what you hear and any sounds you notice. Breathe in and focus on your skin. What do you feel? Lastly, take a moment to breathe and focus on how you feel emotionally. This may be hard to do right now, but you're not alone in what you're going through. Breathe, name the emotion, accept it, and let it pass. Spend some time being in the present moment. If you're experiencing a lot of stress right now, being present can be scary. But remember, this moment is where we live and where good things happen too. Take a moment to bring something good to mind, something you're grateful for. Take a breath in. Sit in that feeling of being present for a moment. Breathe out and rest for a moment. This last minute is yours. Yours to feel, to breathe, to experience the present, to savor this moment of taking care of yourself. This concludes our meditation practice for today. We hope this time has been a haven of rest for you. Take a moment to notice how you feel. Slowly open your eyes and begin to look around when you're ready. Take good care of yourself today.
This is a really short meditation. They want to do a longer one because their time is constrained, but there's a lot of them out there. This can help us when we're trying to sleep and we're having difficulty due to stress. This can help us for a test, can help you kind of get back in that zone where you're like, okay, I'm feeling a little better, I can function better. One thing to realize is that if we push stress too much or if we keep it in too much, it starts to affect us. And it starts to affect us physically, mentally, emotionally, and we won't do the best that we possibly can when we're overloaded with stress. So start to kind of look into your own self and think, what am I stressed about? And acknowledge those stressors, acknowledge that they're there, and find solutions for them. Does that make sense? But also don't let them all come at you at once. Take one at a time. It's normal for humans to be stressed. We need the stress, but it's managing it, making it bearable. That is the goal. One thing I forgot to mention is to think positively, right? As human beings, we are often, the first reaction is think negatively. We think how bad the day was. Someone cut me off on the road today. My day is going to be horrible. So if I come with that mindset, my day is probably going to be horrible because I'm focused on the negativity of my day. If I think of it more positively, then my day is going to be more positive. It's going to be easier to deal with the day. Does that make sense? Maybe the guy cut me off and I got to stop and get some tea. I found a positive thing, right? So you have to find the positive in your life. Find the positive, possibly in all those stressors, right? So if I'm stressed about a certain thing, what's positive surrounding it? Because if I focus on the positive things, it makes that thing more bearable. So y'all have any questions, any concerns?
I do have a question. For a student that needs counseling,
Yes.
but they're scared to like say, well, I don't know if I want to go because, you know, how would you address that, or what would you tell that student?
That's very normal. That fear that comes from being vulnerable is very normal. Most of the time when I have students come in for this first time, they're very anxious, they're very nervous, because they don't know what they're walking into. Sometimes I laugh because I call my office the bear's den, right? We don't know if the bear's going to be nice or if it's going to be mean or what's going to happen. But that it shouldn't hold you back. If you're ready to make the change, I promise we're pretty nice. We will do whatever is needed to help you. So when we do counseling, the main purpose of our sessions is always going to be you. So if one day you feel like tackling the hardest thing, then we will tackle the hardest thing. If one day you come in and you're like, I just need to talk, then we'll just talk about anything or everything. I have clients that I will talk to them about their school, their day, you know, or I have clients that we will deal with very hard things. One thing about counseling is the client takes control of their sessions. Does that make sense? We are there to provide support and we're there to help you process. So whatever it is, we will kind of go along with you. So it is a scary experience the very first time, just because you don't know what you're walking into. But once you get to know us and feel more comfortable, it becomes easier. Yeah. I did bring some worksheets with mindfulness exercises that y'all can do. So on this, we have the mindfulness meditations. We have another one called the body scan, where you can tense and release different parts of your body to help you relax. There's like mindful eating, which is really simple, where you could be eating a chocolate bar, but if you're eating it mindfulness and you're aware of the taste, you're aware of the shape, you're aware of what it feels like, that's mindful within itself. It has the 5 senses, which is actually one of my very, very favorites. You could do the 5 senses anywhere. You could do it in class, you could do it while you're driving. And it's just becoming aware of your reality in the now and using your senses. So I'm going to pass these out and I'll leave some extras with you in case you need them. There's also stress balls and journals if anybody wants any.
June's pregnant.
Yeah. Thank you.
We'll be signing, right?
You want to adjourn?
No.
Need to find some different one.
Yes. Maybe it's a bit. Yes. But it's just the exquisite. Fancy. I think the funds.
Do you have any questions or anything else?
No more.
Thank you very much for coming out here. Great presentation. If you can go ahead and fill out your evaluation with your phone, and then we're gonna go ahead and draw for your prize.
We knew this one.